What if your consciousness isn't anchored to your body? For decades, intelligence agencies and ancient civilizations have shared a secret most of us barely dare to whisper: that the human mind can travel beyond the physical plane. I created this video because there is too much noise and too little evidence surrounding this topic. Today, we strip away the mystery and focus on the cold, hard facts. We will explore the historical origins from ancient Egypt to Plato, examine declassified CIA documents that prove these states were monitored and measured, and finally, I will give you 3 proven, documented methods to experience it for yourself. This isn't science fiction. These are the facts they didn't want you to know. To understand where we are going, we must first look back at where this journey began. Astral projection is not a modern discovery. It is a practice woven into the very fabric of human history. In ancient Egypt, priests spoke of the Ka and the Ba. The Ba was believed to be the part of the soul that could travel between the physical and spiritual worlds during sleep, often depicted as a bird with a human head. This wasn't mere mythology to them, it was a fundamental truth of their existence. Moving to ancient Greece, we find the philosopher Plato. In his works, he described the soul as an entity distinct from the body, a prisoner in a physical vessel capable of liberation. This concept of anamnesis suggested that our true consciousness exists far beyond our biological limits. From the Tibetan Bardo states to the shamanic traditions of the Americas, the reports are eerily consistent. Across continents and centuries, thousands of years before the internet or modern psychology, humanity has documented the same phenomenon: the ability to leave the self behind.
But this isn't just ancient folklore. Modern science has struggled to explain what happens when the mind goes offline. Research suggests that during an out-of-body experience, the brain's temporoparietal junction, the area responsible for integrating sensory information, undergoes a radical shift. It's as if the GPS of the human soul temporarily loses its signal to the physical body, allowing the consciousness to drift. Skeptics call it a hallucination, a trick of the mind. But how do we explain the thousands of verified reports where individuals could describe events, objects, or conversations happening miles away from their sleeping bodies? These are known as veridical perceptions, events that can be proven to have happened, even though the observer was physically elsewhere. It is here, in the gap between biology and the unknown, that we find the most compelling evidence. By the mid-20th century, the study of out-of-body states moved from dark rooms and seances into the cold light of the laboratory. Pioneers like Robert Monroe, a successful radio executive, began experiencing spontaneous separations from his body in 1958. He didn't look for a spiritual explanation. He looked for a scientific one. Monroe's work led to the founding of the Monroe Institute, where he developed HemiSync, a technology designed to synchronize the brain's hemispheres and induce altered states of consciousness on command. At the same time, researchers like Ingo Swann were proving that this wasn't just a subjective feeling. In controlled experiments, Swann was able to view objects in distant rooms with startling accuracy. It was these results, consistent, repeatable, and undeniably real, that eventually caught the attention of the highest levels of the U.S. government. They realized that if the mind could travel, it could also be used as the ultimate tool for intelligence. And that is where the official story ends, and the declassified truth begins. In 2003, the CIA declassified a document that changed everything. It was a 1983 report titled Analysis and Assessment of the Gateway Process. This wasn't a collection of theories. It was a highly technical evaluation of how to achieve altered states of consciousness. The report, authored by Lieutenant Colonel Wayne McDonnell, concluded that astral projection, or out-of-body experiences, was not only possible, but could be scientifically induced. According to the documents,
The Army was interested in more than just curiosity. They were looking for remote viewing capabilities, the ability to move the consciousness across space and time to gather intelligence. One of the most shocking revelations was the mention of the absolute. The report describes a state where the human mind can access a universal holographic sublayer of reality, a place where time and space do not exist. But perhaps the most compelling evidence comes from the missing page 25. For 20 years, a single page was omitted from the public release. When it was finally revealed, it contained the mathematical and philosophical proof that our reality is far more fluid than we ever imagined. The government didn't just study this, they mapped it. Knowing that this phenomenon is real is only the first step. The question that follows is inevitable. How do we bridge the gap between our physical bodies and the astral realm? If you are ready to explore the boundaries of your own consciousness, there are documented, repeatable methods that have been used by researchers and practitioners for decades. These aren't just ideas, they are protocols for the mind. Here are 3 of the most effective, science-backed methods to achieve astral projection. Method 1 is perhaps the most famous exit technique ever documented, the rope technique. Developed by researcher Robert Bruce, this method is built on a psychological principle called tactile imaging. It doesn't require you to visualize a rope with your eyes, but to feel it with your mind. To begin, you must reach a state of total physical relaxation. Your body should feel heavy, almost as if it is sinking into the bed, while your mind remains sharp and vigilant. This is the state where the physical and the astral begin to loosen their grip on one another. Once you are still, imagine a thick, strong, industrial-grade rope hanging directly above you, suspended from the ceiling. Do not try to see it. Instead, reach out with your astral hands, the hands of your consciousness. Feel the texture of the fibers. Is the rope cold? Is it rough? Feel the tension as you grab hold. Now, begin the climb. Hand over hand, you must pull yourself up. You will feel a localized pressure in your chest or your head, a sensation of being stretched. This is normal. It is the sign that your astral form is reacting to the phantom motion. As you continue to climb, the vibrational stage may begin. You might feel a roar in your ears or a buzzing throughout your limbs. Do not let this break your focus. Do not open your eyes. Keep climbing. Focus entirely on the feeling of the rope between your fingers and the effort of pulling your weight upward. The goal is to create a sensory conflict so strong that your consciousness has no choice but to exit the physical vessel to follow the movement. One final, decisive pull, and you will find yourself standing or floating above your own body. Method 2 is arguably the most consistent technique for beginners because it works with your biology, not against it. It is known as Wake Back to Bed, or WBTB. The secret to this method lies in the timing of your REM cycle, the stage of sleep where your brain is most active and your dreams are most vivid. To begin, you must set an alarm to wake yourself up after approximately 5 to 6 hours of sleep. When the alarm goes off, do not simply roll over. You must get out of bed. Stand up, stretch, or perhaps read a few pages of a book about astral projection to prime your subconscious. You want to be awake for anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, long enough for your mind to become fully conscious, but not so long that your body loses its sleep debt. Now, return to bed. As you lie down, your goal is to maintain a razor-sharp focus while your body drifts back toward sleep. This is where the magic happens. You are attempting to induce a state known as mind awake, body asleep. You may feel your limbs grow heavy or experience a sensation of falling,
Some report hearing voices or loud, sudden noises. These are hypnagogic hallucinations, a sign that the gateway is opening. Do not be startled. Stay still. By interrupting your natural sleep pattern, you have created a shortcut directly into the vibrational stage. From here, you can use a simple rollout technique, literally imagining yourself rolling out of your physical shell and onto the floor. Because your mind is already alert from being awake, the transition from the physical to the astral happens with startling clarity. Finally, we come to the most technologically advanced approach, the Monroe method. This isn't just a technique, it is a systematic protocol developed over decades of laboratory research at the Monroe Institute. The core of this method is a process called hemisync, or hemispheric synchronization. Under normal conditions, the left and right hemispheres of your brain operate at different frequencies. But to exit the physical plane, we need the brain to act as a single, coherent battery. This is achieved through binaural beats. By wearing headphones and playing a slightly different frequency in each ear, for example, 100 Hz in the left and 104 in the right, the brain is forced to bridge the gap by creating a third, internal frequency of 4 Hz. This is the delta state, the gateway to deep, dreamless sleep. But here is the secret. While the audio drives your body into a deep biological slumber, your conscious mind remains tethered to the sound. You are aiming for a state Monroe famously called Focus 10. In this state, your body is effectively paralyzed by sleep, but your mind is wide awake, observing, waiting, and vibrant. From Focus 10, you move to Focus 12, where your awareness begins to expand beyond the limits of your physical head. You may feel a sensation of being stretched or vibrating at an incredible speed. This is the synchronization of your energy body. At this peak, you don't climb or roll, you simply shift your point of view. You stop looking through your eyes and start perceiving through your consciousness. It was this exact process that the CIA's Gateway report concluded was a transformational journey into the very holographic nature of our universe. You are more than your physical body. You are a point of consciousness in an infinite field of energy. The journey is yours to take. Focus 12 awaits. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this opened your mind, consider subscribing for more declassified truths. Keep your frequency high and your files declassified. See you on the other side.